Hey everybody, happy Monday. I hope that you had a wonderful weekend and you are ready to dive back into the school week. So today we're going to start with our Greek and Latin roots and affixes. You might remember that last week when we were talking about our overall structure for our class, that I talked about how on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, when we have class on those days, we will be learning these Greek and Latin root words and suffixes and prefixes and all that good stuff. So we are going to start with that today. What it's basically going to look like is that on Mondays, we will copy down the definitions and some example words. On Wednesdays, we will create a Quizlet with the words. And then on Fridays, we will do some kind of an activity with the words. So we're starting off with just 3 words this week because last week we kind of got a late start for our A-Day students getting into this. So we didn't want to do too many words. So we just have these first 3, auto, bio, and logi. I'm going to edit together this presentation with my pre-AP presentation just so that I don't have to go through the notes twice. So if you see pre-AP on the top of the screen or anything, don't worry. It's the same for both of you. So you're going to click on lesson 1. And it is going to pull up what's basically going to be your digital notebook where you're going to keep track of these roots and affixes. And you might notice that it's a little hard to read. It's kind of small. So make sure that you click on this blue link to pop that out into a full-size window. If you make a copy, then it unlinks it from Canvas, which is not what you want to do. So just make sure that you click that blue link. Again, it's right here. And that will pull it out into its own separate window. On each slide, I have listed kind of a code so that you know what type of a word it is. So for example, our first one is auto, and there's a P up here in the corner because auto is a prefix. So I will provide you with the definition, some example words, and an example sentence for you to write down. As we go through these, feel free to pause the video and jot them down, and then restart the video when you are ready to move on. So our first word is auto, and auto means self. So Greek and Latin root words kind of work together like puzzle pieces where you can stack them on top of each other and they become a full word. So anytime that you see auto, it's going to have something to do with self. So if you think about an autobiography, that is one of our example words, and the example sentence, many famous people choose to write autobiographies about their lives. So an autobiography is a story that you write about your own life. So it's about your self's life, right? An autocracy is a government where all of the power is held within basically one person, so kind of like a dictatorship. So again, the power belongs to that self, right? That one person. And then you have automaton, which is basically like a machine that operates as if as a person would. So kind of like if you've seen stories about those very realistic and very lifelike robots, that's an automaton. And so again, it's a machine, but it has a sense of self. Even a word like automobile, if you think about that, you wouldn't necessarily think that automobile has anything to do with the self, but automobiles move themselves, right? There's nothing that pulls them if they're in working conditions. So as opposed to previously, before cars were invented, a carriage had to be pulled by a horse. An automobile was something that propelled itself and went on its own. So that is what auto means. Feel free to pause the video if you need more time to write things down, and then restart when you are ready to move on. Our next word is bio, and bio is a root word. So a root word means that it can have things added to the beginning of it or added to the end of it. A prefix can only be added to the beginning of words, and a suffix can only be added to the end of words. So bio means life, and some example words are biology, biography. Biology is the study of life processes. A biography, again, is the story of someone's life. And like we just talked about on the last slide, if you tack the word auto on there, then it becomes the story of your own life, your self's life. And then a biome is basically an environment in which the plants and animals that live there are specially suited to live in that environment. So the example sentence is many birds live in the rainforest biome. So birds that have adapted to be ideally conditioned to live in the rainforest, that's where they live. So that is bio. And again, feel free to pause if you need to copy any of these down. Okay, our last one for this week is logi, and this is a suffix, so you're always going to see this at the end of words. And logi means the study of. So some example words would be biology. Again, we mentioned that is the study of life processes. So we just talked about bio, meaning life. Okay, and then we have logi, meaning the study of. So even if you had never seen this word before, and most of us probably have seen it before, but let's say that you hadn't, if you knew that bio meant life and you knew that logi meant study, then you could pretty much figure out that biology was going to mean life study or the study of life. Anthropology is the study of humans and their cultures, both past and present. And then you see meteorology there. That would be the study of atmospheric conditions, weather patterns, things like that. Then your example sentence, the anthropology department is excavating the ruins of an ancient town. So that's something that anthropologists tend to do. They, like I said, look at sort of human cultures, past and present. Go ahead and pause if you need to get everything copied down, and then go ahead and resume the video when you are ready to move on. Okay, so that is basically what Mondays will look like with our Greek and Latin roots and affixes. So we will put them up on the screen, you'll copy them down, and then you can just hit the submit button up here, and that just sort of turns it in for the week. Then every week, like I said, we will add on to it, so you will continue to add on to your document here. So that's it. That's kind of like our bell work, if you will. If you were in person, it would be your bell work. But obviously, since you guys are virtual, it's sort of just your warm-up. Okay, so now that we've gone through basically your bell work or your warm-up of the Greek and Latin roots, we are going to get started on the rest of the agenda. I'm going to just kind of talk through briefly everything that you will do, and then just as a reminder, I have video instructions on every single assignment. So I'm not going to go through all of the instructions right now. I'm just going to kind of talk briefly about what you're doing, and then as you go through the agenda, you will have a video for every item once you click on it. Okay, so last week we did the Schaefer method notes, and if you saw my note in there, I said that most classes were not getting to that point. It was taking a little bit longer than we expected to get things done. So if you have not taken Schaefer method notes yet, then you will want to click on the link here and take notes as you follow along just in a Google Doc. If you have taken the notes already, then you can go ahead and skip on to number 3. So number 3 is our article of the week. If you remember last week, we talked about how we will be doing these every day. Not every day, sorry. Every week we will have an article of the week, and that will be assigned to you on Monday, and it will be due by Friday. So even on a week where you only have class on Tuesday and Thursday, you still need to plan to get the article of the week completed. Every Monday, though, I will send out a mass announcement to everyone that says, hey, the article of the week is posted. You can go ahead and start working on it whenever you want. So you won't have to remember on your own. I will send out a post every Monday with that article of the week. So go ahead, once you have done the Schaefer method notes, click on the article of the week, and all of the instructions will be there for you. Once you have finished the article of the week or have at least gotten started on it, we're going to kind of work through it together. Then you can work on your personal mantra. And again, I know some of you might have started this last week on Thursday, and others of you might not have because I just kind of threw it out there that our in-person kids weren't really getting that far. So if you have already finished this, then awesome, you are done and you can have a great day. If you haven't done this, then you want to make sure that you get this done today. And again, when you click on it, all of the instructions are there in a video at the very top. Okay. I will also include our our daily Zoom times here. For 6-hour, I think it's 10:15 to 10:35, and for 7th hour, I want to say it's 12:15 to 12:35. So I will put those links right here for you. You can also send me an email, a Google chat, a Canvas inbox message, whatever you need to do to get a hold of me with questions. One thing that I did want to make sure that you're checking, because I did update it this weekend, is your grades. And I just want to show you how to do that really quickly. So I'm going to pop into student view here just so that I don't expose anybody's grades. So this lets me see the course as a student would. So I'm a test student, basically. So when you click on the grades tab, you will see all of the things that are assigned, and some of them you can see, like this one's not due until September 2nd, so don't even worry about that. This isn't due till September 4th, September 4th, and so on, okay? So just don't worry about everything that's on here, but the two that you want to worry about are the top two, Letter to Teacher and This Is Me video, okay? If you submitted your letter to teacher, then you should have a score here. It should be 5 out of 5. If you haven't submitted that yet, then please make sure that you get that turned in as soon as possible. I have also gone in and left comments on everybody's letter. So you should see like a little dialog box right here. And if you click on that, it'll expand and it'll show you the comment that I left for you. Some of them I just kind of was talking like, hey, we've got this in common. Some of them I might have asked you a follow-up question, so feel free to comment back to me. Only you and I will see those. And then the This Is Me video, remember you're submitting that on Flipgrid. At this point, if you submit it, please shoot me an email and let me know, just because Flipgrid doesn't notify me the same way that Canvas does. And if you're noticing that you got like 10 out of 15 or 12 out of 15 or 0 or something, I left a comment again explaining what you need to do to earn back points. So that would just be a little, it just looks like a little speech bubble right here, and you would just click on it and it'll tell you the feedback. For most of you, it's that you need to leave a comment on at least 2 of your classmates' videos, but it could be something else depending on your situation. So if you have any questions, that's all that we have for today. So make sure that you are getting missing assignments turned in and then staying caught up on the work that we have for this week. If you have questions, please let me know, and I will talk to you all on Wednesday.